All right, are we live yet?
We're live, yeah.
Yep, we're live.
It always takes my computer a little while extra to catch up to yours in Hawaii for some reason,
Right,
Eric.
yeah.
Hey, Eric, do you know what time it is?
It's time to get shit done.
It is time to get shit
Yeah.
done. It is time to get shit done. Welcome, Marie, as our special guest.
Thank you.
Guys, we're just gonna kick this off. This call is gonna be about video games and about how you can use them to get more shit done. So, first of all, big question that I want to ask everybody is, what's your favorite video game of all time? Question mark. That is the question. If you could answer that in the comments, it would be fantastic. What's your favorite video game of all time? So, Eric, what's your favorite video? Did you play video games growing up?
I mean, yeah, I was just thinking, I haven't really played a video game since probably the 1990s.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
dude,
What was it?
what was your favorite video game in the 1990s or as a kid?
I mean, when I was a little kid, you know, like back in the 1980s, I like to play the driving games, you know?
Oh,
Dude.
yeah, Spy Hunt.
Look what came in as our first comment. Excite Bike.
Okay.
That's a driving game. I mean, right? That was on Nintendo, I believe. You like the driving games?
Yeah.
Cool. I definitely was a video game addict,
Okay.
unquestionably.
Yeah.
I had to go for
On the
many
internet.
years without video games to shake it, and then for a little while, as an adult, I totally got addicted to video games again.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then I had to do a major I had to
Thank you.
quit them cold turkey. But this isn't about us. This is actually about Marie. So Marie, you said you saw the Super
One of the
Mario
deepest
Brothers movie.
movies. Yeah, one of
Yeah.
the deepest movies of the years. It really touched me. I've seen Titanic, but nothing's been as deep as this.
So what happened? What happened?
So I was spending a day with my daughter, and she said, "You have to watch this. You're gonna love it." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know," because I'm not a huge fan of CGI movies, and I was just so pleasantly surprised. Like they took all the pain points of like what's great about what makes Super Mario different than other games is that it's been around for like I played Super Mario when I was like 6-ish, and they had various versions that came up every like every couple of years or so there's a new version. So like you have all generations. So the movie was designed for both the my generation and like the like if like for my grandkids, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't have grandkids, but just to, so everyone, the whole family can come and understand the movie. And when I was watching the movie, like it was so well made. Where spoiler alert, um, okay, where where you had lots of Easter eggs, but where all the tough parts in the game, for example, isn't there uh like aren't there those sliding things on the cloud where you're about to fall and then
Right.
die?
Yeah.
Well,
The
but they
obstacle.
made it into the movie. Like you can feel the pain. You can feel the pain of like when you've had a difficult round and just getting out of the pipes, and like the movie really hit the pain point of all the players. So you were emotionally involved for some unknown reason.
Because you've
Like,
already had an emotional
exactly,
involvement with that experience playing the game. That's why. Over and over and
exactly,
over again. It's hardwired. I
exactly.
haven't watched the movie yet. My kids watched it without me, and I definitely want to see it now, so I can the nostalgia,
Feel the
right?
pain.
The
Yeah, it was so
nostalgia of
cute
playing
and
childhood
painful.
video games. Yeah,
It was so cute and adorable yet so painful to watch. So there was a part where Super Mario had an obstacle course, and he kept trying to go up and then kept dying each time. And each time you could feel the pain of going through each round and trying all over again, just getting further each time. And then it made me realize that that's how you play. That's what's so special about Super Mario No offense to those who like to play cars and stuff and spaceships. But what's so special about Super Mario throughout the years is that um, it's all about getting further, dying, failing, the heartache of failing, and then trying all over again, getting further, and then dying again. You're dying. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you've just gone through an important milestone. You've gone further, and then you die. Yeah, follow. But yeah, and I realized that. So it taught me to create systems. Taught me to create systems where you first of all you figure out what you did wrong, you do better, you just get back up and you try again, but most importantly you learn how to fail. You're going to fail when you play a game. You do not enter a game without the intention of failing. You're going to get that game over, you're going to lose lives, but you're going to start over because it's fun. And I was mentioning to Tom, and what's interesting is, be it in trading or any aspects of our life, even when we play sports, we come ready to fail. But how is it in entrepreneurship? We don't have the mindset of you have to fail to learn. Yes, you're going to get further, but you're going to die again, and you're going to have to start over and get further and die again. Why? And it's so. But why is it so painful in Super Mario? Yet we can just rise up and start again. However, but in entrepreneurship, there's people. I don't know if it's social media that people just talk about all the successes, but the failures are not. People don't speak enough about the failures, and that's the whole part of the journey. You have to learn. You have to make a lot of mistakes. But ultimately it's and this is what's great about this movie, is because as Super Mario was making his mistakes and dying, and he kept growing as well, and he
Right.
got better, and when you were playing Super Mario, as you died and started all over again, you got better as well, and you were happier until you eventually completed the level. And entrepreneurship is like that as well. You keep failing, you learn new stuff, you fail again, and you try again, and you fail, and you keep growing each time. And yet it's so underrated, the experience of that. You have to fail in order to learn new things. Yeah, so
It's such an
that's
awesome idea. What do you
that's
think
how
about that,
awesome the
Eric?
movie was.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I mean, yeah, I see how that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
like it's like when you saw Super Mario, there's a round where like you're under the water, like you keep pressing that button. I hated that round. Like you
Right,
kept going
I
and
remember
going
that.
and going down. Like there was even that in the movie, and then it was, all of a sudden you get sucked out into the pipe. You're like, oh my god, that's over. And then there's the little castle. You're like, oh, that
Your thumb hurt. Your thumb hurts. You
yeah,
know, like
that is crappy. And and there's that, and you can't go back. You have to keep moving forward. Okay, you have to keep moving forward. You can't go back. And then when you finish that level, you're like, oh my god, I hated that.
right.
But yeah, that was in the movie as well. So like they were able really to find those, like they didn't focus only on the best part of the game, but really where everyone was struggling. And what was interesting is even my daughter could relate, because she used to play Mario Kart, and they took all the pain points in that game as well, in
And
all the various.
integrated it. Yeah.
Yeah, so like all generations were in pain, and but could relate to the movie.
That's
Like,
funny. No, that's one of the big differences that is the distinction, in my opinion, between what we would call a wantrepreneur and a serial entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur is in the middle, right? So a wantrepreneur over here, I don't know, over here, right? And then your serial entrepreneurs over here, and then your entrepreneurs in the middle, and or entrepreneur and or business owner, right, is in the middle. And entrepreneurs are so afraid of failing that they never try, and they come up with lots of really good excuses as to why. But at the end of the day, in most cases, entrepreneurs, people who want to start but never do. Oh, we got another one. Roblox, Knights of the Brown Table.
Brown Table. Ooh.
I've never played that one, but awesome. So like when you're if you're so afraid of enduring the pain, the ridicule, the shame of failing that you impose upon yourself in your own mind and head, and what you believe the other world will, people in your family or people that are close to you or whatever will think of you if and when you fail. It's like, the best thing I can tell you is that, dude, you don't need to worry about whether or not you're going to fail. You're going to fail most of the time. And like, you need to get used to it or you're done. And so most people never even try because they're so afraid of the pain of failing. And that's the first distinction between a entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. And then once you become an entrepreneur, some people find a business that they're happy running their entire lives and that is somehow sustainable for 10, 20, 30, 40 plus years. And like, they run the convenience store, they run a hardware store, maybe they're a barber, there are different businesses like this that can last for a super long time. And that's cool. And they never like feel this compulsion to sabotage their life and then be forced to reinvent themselves. Whereas serial entrepreneurs tend to really love destroying their lives and having to recreate themselves again and again and again. And most millionaires had to make and lose their millions 7 times before they learned how to hold on to it. And, it's an old saying. Is it true? I don't know, but it generally seems like it. And so there is failure involved in risk and trying something new every single time. There's still failure involved with sticking with what was, if it's a sinking ship too, but it's the whole dying and starting over, it just reminds me of all of the serial entrepreneurs that I know who've had to reinvent themselves again and again and again in different markets, in different niches, in different ways as they've evolved as human beings and then are expressing that through their businesses. So but there's nothing wrong with that. It's like to be encouraged. Yes.
Yeah.
So get shit done. So the key here is be willing to die and start over again. Like inevitably.
Die to grow.
It's unfortunate.
Painful.
Painful.
Like the phoenix rising from the fire, from the ashes.
That's the only way you can look at it. Otherwise, you're just going to be depressed the rest of your life. Come on, what else do you have for options, really? So with that said, does anyone else have anything they'd like to say or share on this or related topics right now?
Maybe I'd add what's also fascinating is how it's like, even when you start a sport, we were talking about sport this morning, or when you start again, Mars, my best reference at the moment. Why do we get in the game? But when you come into a game, any video game, you're going to die, and it's not a problem because that that's how you're going to get to the next level. The more you die, the more you're going to move to the next level. And what's interesting is people who give up and don't start over are the people who never finish the game. Who hasn't finished a game because they didn't want to die again? They got tired of dying. That's the reason people don't finish the games. So why do we enter games with that? Yeah, I told you that was one deep movie.
I love it.
Yeah. So why do we enter? Like, why is it okay to enter sport and it's okay to fail? And we play video games so it's okay to fail. However, when it comes to becoming an entrepreneur, your business, why is it in, I'm going to say, society or that it's people? I don't know if you can say your ego is holding you back. That people don't go in with the intention of failing. Right. Yes, of course. Ultimately, you're going to the nugget is you're going to make lots of money with your business, etc. But it's always, there's a reason we say the journey is the best part. There's a reason that no one completes a video game in 5 minutes. The best games are never completed in 5 minutes. Candy Crush, I don't know which level I'm on. It's been playing that game forever.
It never ends.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So we go in these games with the intention of losing to grow, to evolve, and yet when it comes to with entering a business, we're just determined to win, and not and keep and letting any adversity set us back. So yeah.
Cool. I
That was
totally
it.
agree. Wisdom from the Nintendo, as it should be.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, guys. Well, if you are an entrepreneur and you want to get more shit done, go to getshitdone.com and join the Get Shit Done gang. We can get shit done together. We'll help you get shit done. We will hold you accountable, and you will dramatically improve your productivity and hopefully your profitability in the process. It's a lot of P's. I think that's all we have for today. Getshitdone.com. What's your favorite video game? Let us know in the comments. Spread the word. That'd be awesome. You guys know what time it is?
It's time to get shit done.
That's right. It's time to get shit done. All right. We'll talk to you all soon. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Marie.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
Toodaloo.
Ew.